blast and it features a Thai dollar sign. It's called Chosen. All right, so you are chosen for this great show that's about to be on you right now. We are just about to get into our first news it or lose it. We are taking you to the US, Israel, and Iran, as well as the Middle East, to find out exactly why there's so much tension going on. Sure, Fanatic and Zoe, touched a bit on this story, and I'm sure everybody else knows what's happening right now with the ongoing tension between Israel, Iran, and of course the United States. Flights have been cancelled now, and new travel warnings have been issued for Iran strikes. Airlines are continuing to cancel and divert flights in the Middle East after the US and Israel launched strikes against Iran. Flights in and out of airports in Tel Aviv, Dubai, Doha, and other international hubs in the region were suspended. The UK Foreign Office is warning British citizens against all but essential travel to Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, UAE. These already there have been advised to shelter. Now, Iran has launched strikes on the Gulf states as part of its retaliation to U.S. and, of course, strikes which began early on Saturday. Long-haul travel is being affected more widely with Heathrow urging travelers to check with their airlines. Okay, so British government officials are understood to be formulating plans to potentially evacuate UK nationals from the Middle East, but the timings of such a move remain unclear as much of the airspace in the region remains closed. Emirates has suspended its operations in and out of Dubai until 15 hours local time on Monday due to airspace closure, while Etihad has suspended flights out of Abu Dhabi until 2 o'clock local time. One person has been killed and 11 others injured at airports in Dubai and Abu Dhabi since the strikes began. 4 of those injuries were among members of staff at Dubai International Airport, the world's busiest airport by passenger traffic. Now, British Airways has cancelled services to Tel Aviv and Bahrain until Wednesday. It said services between Heathrow and Abu Dhabi, Amman, Bahrain, Doha, Dubai, or Tel Aviv could be affected for several days. Richard Hanna from London had been en route to Oman, but are now stuck in Bahrain as well. Okay, so this means, Richard and Hanna from London, will be stuck there for a bit. Given the situation in the region could escalate, they are now looking to return home. This is what Richard was saying. Virgin Atlantic suspended services between London and Riyadh and Dubai over the weekend. It has warned that flights to India, Saudi Arabia, and the Maldives, may take longer due to being rerouted around the affected region. Now, it is among a number of airlines across the world that have to cancel, or reroute flights to avoid the closed or restricted airspace. Airspaces over Iran, Israel, Iraq, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, and Syria remain closed on Sunday, with partial closures in the UAE and Saudi Arabia. Jordanian and Lebanese airspace remains open, but this is limited flight activity. Tracking shows flights between Europe and Asia traveling via Saudi Arabia or the Caucasus. Emma Belcher and her husband, also Vic, were on their way back to Heathrow from a holiday in the Maldives via Dubai when the connecting flight was cancelled. So it's crazy right now. There's a lot of tension going on. U.S. President, firstly, let's begin with the UK nationals in Saudi Arabia who have been told to remain indoors in a secure location, while those in Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, Yemen, and Turkey have been instructed to remain vigilant and take shelter if advised to do so. The Foreign Office has also urged people in Pakistan to be careful around protests, demonstrations, rallies, and religious gatherings. And, after deadly pro-Iran protests broke out in several cities, it also instructed staff in the country to restrict their movements. U.S. President Donald Trump cited a failure to reach an agreement to limit Iran's nuclear program and regime change as among the reasons for launching the attack. Prime Minister Keir Starmer spoke to Trump on Saturday, having earlier said that British planes were in the sky over the Middle East as part of a defensive operation to protect our people or our interests and our allies, along with leaders of France and Germany. He urged Iran to refrain from indiscriminate strikes. So it's crazy right now, man. Like there's a lot of tension going on, in the Middle East and the Allied forces, of course, So, if you have relatives that side, man, just look out for them, and put them in your prayers because it's crazy right now. So there's a lot of uncertainty with what's going on in those areas. Okay. But anyways, we do have another story coming up in just a few minutes. But before that, of course, we are going to be getting into some brand new music. We've got some brand new music coming in from Dave. And yeah, it's called The Boy Who Played the Harp. Trust me, it is a very fitting song for the situation that's happening right now. All right. In the meantime, keep it locked. This is your Daily Dose. We do have another story coming up in just a few minutes.